Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today, we're doing some DoorDash. We're sitting in the car. I am waiting for an order to come in, and I gotta talk about something because, man, it's been popping up on my Facebook feed a lot. And look, I'm a very open-minded person. If you have a strong argument, please comment down below why we should have a $15 minimum wage. Look, I am not a dick. I do not want people to not live in poverty, or I do not want people to live in poverty. I am a person who literally has dedicated the last couple years towards teaching people how finances work and how to make more money on like platforms like DoorDash and being an entrepreneur, starting businesses and stuff. So don't paint me as like a guy who's a dick, but when I see this $15 minimum wage stuff, I do not stand for it. And look, if you have a strong argument, please change my mind. And that sounds like the Steven Crowder dude. Don't change my... Well, yeah, change my mind. Let me know if you guys have a strong argument. But, I'm very open-minded. So, it's $15 minimum wage. And here's why I do not think it'll work. For one, okay, what are we going to keep... Like, what is the... Okay, maybe $15 minimum wage is going to come soon and it's going to be standard because all this money that we printed in a couple years is going to really water down how much money is worth, and it's going to eventually be like, yeah, $15 is nothing. But what do we, if we're giving people $15 minimum wage who have no work skills, and like, don't take that as offensive, but if you would ask me if 18-year-old Tanner straight out of the skate park deserved $15 an hour, I would probably say no. If you would have given me $15, I would have been super happy for about the time that it took me to spend all the money on my paycheck, because at 18 years old, I was a dumbass. And I'll be honest, like, I didn't know how to spend money, and until I was about 25 years old, I didn't know how to invest into things. I didn't know about buying assets and stuff. So personally, I don't think that it's about how much money you give someone. I think it's about how they spend their money. So until like a couple of years ago, when I started this business entrepreneur like endeavor that I'm on right now, I didn't know how to spend money, and I was making really good money, like minimum of $200 a day doing stunt shows and stuff. That's $1,200 a week. That's $4,800 a month. That's how much I was making in the summers performing in shows at like Cedar Point and stuff. And I always ran out of money because it didn't matter how much money you gave me. I was going to spend it all and be broke by the time like the end of the contract came around. Until very recently, and let me just preface this. Not preface, I don't know. Read three of these books. These three books: Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, and 4-Hour Workweek. Those are my top 3 favorite books. After you read those 3 books, I guarantee you're going to have a different perspective on money and how business and time works and stuff. So personally, let me give you guys a situation, and you can comment down below option 1 or 2. We have 100 people in a town. This is a small town. It's not a big town. Let's say we'll call this town Canesville, because I'm looking at Raising Canes right now. Canesville has 100 people in the town who are 16 to 20 years old. They have zero skills at all. They just got out of high school, or they're still in high school. They have no work skills, nothing at all. We're talking about like bagging groceries, and like, no offense if you're a grocery bagger, I was a grocery bagger too when I was 18 years old. There's literally birds flying all over my car right now. This is hilarious. They must know that I have 9 chickens. Anyways, so we have 100 people, 16, 20 years old. They're still living with their parents. Are we going to give these people $15 a wage, or $15 minimum wage? Here's the situation. Option 1 or 2, okay? Let me know in the comments down below which option you choose. You're the mayor of this city. You're determining if we're going to have $15 minimum wage or not, okay? Option 1. We give 100 people, all 100 people, 100% of these people, they all get a job for $7.50 an hour doing bare minimum stuff, the absolute easiest jobs ever. because that's all we have. That's all we're not paying. We don't have any like high wage jobs. We're not looking for talented people or anything. We're just looking for people to like sweep the parking lot or do something like that. Okay. Option B, we give 50% of the people a $15 wage. Okay, look. Option 1, 100% of the people are hired. Option 2, 50% of the people are hired. Okay? Let me know in the comments down below which one you have. And I'm going to say that I'm going to go with option number 1 because I would rather everyone be hired. Okay? I'm also, obviously, if you've watched any of my other videos, I'm all about like side hustles and like I'm literally doing DoorDash right now. So like I'm all about side hustles and thinking of second ways to make money, because if all these people have $7.50, at least most of their bills are going to be covered and they can look for a secondary way of making money. Now, I wouldn't recommend someone to get 2 jobs that are employee jobs. I would say you should definitely have a secondary job, like a side hustle, like DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats. There's so many of these side hustle jobs. There really shouldn't be an excuse to not have one, in my opinion, okay? Comment down below if you think otherwise, because this is a conversation. This isn't me stating facts. None of these are facts. These are just opinions on if I was a mayor and how I was running Canesville, okay? So let me know down below what you guys think. But personally, I don't think that if someone has no skills and they're just coming out of high school, no matter, even if you give them $15, I'll tell you what I would have bought if you were giving me $15 an hour at 18 years old. I would have bought more street racing car parts. I probably would have spent more money on marijuana, and I probably would have gone to more expensive restaurants than just McDonald's and eating shitty food, you know? I would have spent that money. I wouldn't have known what to do with it. And then at the end of the day, I'd still be living in the same spot, you know? And it's different. Okay, look, I have, if you're 25 years old, I feel like you shouldn't be working a minimum wage job to begin with. Like, you should, by this time, you should have moved up the ladder a bit. Now, I'm not saying that there's not different situations, and I feel bad for people who are. And my whole YouTube channel is dedicated towards people moving out of these situations. If you have a job, this is your chance to get your bills covered and to look for a better job. Look, you always have to present value to someone. And personally, I've never paid anyone less than $200 a day. So don't tell me I'm like someone who's like hiring cheap labor or something. I have never hired someone for less than $200 a day. And at minimum, that's over $20 an hour. But I always hire people for tasks and like side gigs and that kind of stuff. I don't hire someone to just like, personally, I'm not a big hourly wage person. I would rather hire someone to do the task. If they do that task really well and quickly, on to the next task. That's what I needed done, and this was my budget that I had for it, so we can move on to the next thing. And personally, like, I'm all about people opening their mindset, which is why I recommend, hang on, we got a DoorDash, $5, terrible order. I'm all about people opening their mind towards different ways of making money, because there's so many ways you can make money other than working a minimum wage job. You should not be solely invested into one job. Like, having only one source of income can be detrimental to your career, because if that one source of income suddenly disappears, like, for example, if you get hurt, if you get fired, if you just absolutely cannot stand someone you're working with and you have to move, COVID, a worldwide pandemic comes around, cancels your entire industry. Like, for me, as a performer, my whole industry disappeared in like 48 hours. I lost over $100 grand in 48 hours that I had spent months booking, and boom, gone. But you got to pivot and you got to move towards things that are happening, you know? And no one would have seen COVID coming. So this is why you can't just rely solely on one source of income. Again, like, give me a situation down below if you think that I'm wrong. I'm not opposed to any sort of conversation. Don't get mad at me, okay? Just don't don't send any rude comments, because that's not going to be a constructive conversation. I'm open to constructive conversations, but if I was like the mayor of Canesville, as I just said, I'm picking option, I think it was number 1, where 100% of people are hired and can at least cover their wage, because that way those people are at least surviving, you know? Like, of course, in situations like California, where it's insane to live, which is why I moved out of California, like, yeah, a minimum wage job isn't going to cover your bills if you're 25 years old, or if you're 25 years old and like have all these bills. Like, for one, people got to stop getting car payments. That's a huge one. If you have a car payment that's over a couple $100s a month, like, you should probably be driving a cheaper car. It's not about how much people are getting paid, it's about how they're managing their money. And again, that's all I got for you guys today, but I just felt like I needed to talk about that, because my whole channel is basically trying to help guide people in ways to make better choices with their money, invest into things, start businesses, work on side hustles, and that's all. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. So if you guys enjoy these videos at all, please consider liking the video. Just smash the like button, please. And if you guys enjoy this kind of content at all, I'm trying to be as constructive and like guiding as possible for anyone who's out there trying to make extra side hustle income. I have 3 businesses myself, so like, I'm always hustling. But if you guys enjoy this kind of stuff, please consider subscribing to the channel, and also check out my footwear company. I love having this box here. This is our footwear company. This is one of our newer models. This is called the Off-Axis Ninjas. We make shoes for acrobats and all kinds of performers. We sponsor famous MMA athletes like Tony Ferguson, and we got some of the best footwear in the game. So check out offaxisacrobatics.com. Use my discount code OffAxisTanner. That is my personal business that I own, so please go help support me. And again, any feedback down below, let me know, and I will usually probably respond. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.